All right, guys, we are here with my pal Drew from ICE Trikes over in England. How are you today, Drew?
Wow, yeah, we're really good. Really excited to be here. Definitely excited to be talking to you guys and all your viewers. And yeah, CycleCon is going to be smashing this year.
It is. We're just getting started. So Drew's going to give us an update on the latest at ICE. A lot of changes have occurred in the last year or so. So Drew, I'm going to hand it over to you and tell us what has been going on.
So I suspect the biggest thing that the viewers want to know and the recumbent community is that last year, Neil and Chris, our founders, they sold the business, but they sold it to us as the employees. 24 years of amazing dedication and hard work, but as anything, you know, they want to ride trikes. So Neil is almost as good as retired. He's still on our board, riding trikes and enjoying it. Chris, on a day-to-day basis, is still very much involved, which is amazing. And he's working on continuous development and just really looking at how ICE Trikes can be better every day at what they do.
Excellent. Now, you mentioned something about 24 years and 25 years. What's this about?
Well, so at the 24-year point, Neil and Chris handed the business over to the employees, who are, obviously, we are so invested and dedicated in it, to run us into our 25th year. So we are, this November, 25 years old. Apparently you can legally drink in the States when you get to 25 in some states.
Yes, even a little bit before, but
Yeah.
with you guys, for sure.
Yeah, so we're legal now to have a beer in some bars.
Sounds good. All right, let's talk about some of the emphasis that ICE has put forward for their business in the past, and maybe if there's a transition or a change now. I know adaptive triking has been a large part in the past, and I think maybe even a bigger emphasis now. Where are you guys going with that?
Yeah, I mean, adaptive and accessible cycling is a big passion of mine. I'm ex-military, and obviously I deal with an enormous amount of veterans who have sustained injury during service or post-service. And we really want to encourage cycling uptake both from a physical and a mental welfare perspective, because it helps with overcome their physical and neurological challenges that they may be living with on a daily basis. But the bigger picture to that is making it more adaptive for anybody who has a need and requires a safe, fun, exciting and a community-based sport such as recumbent cycling.
Right, so with that in mind, you guys promote a lot of events and that sort of thing. How do you actually pursue that idea?
Okay, well, so just recently I was with one of our dealers in the UK. That's Paul from Adaptee. He's on the backdrop here in the green. We took 14 occupational therapists out who deal with stroke survivors, and basically educated them into the benefits of recumbent cycling. And it was great that some of their clients turned up with their own trikes, not necessarily always an ICE trike, but certainly a recumbent tab pole trike. And it's amazing that you can take somebody who can sometimes barely walk, put them in a trike, and they're off. They're riding as well as the next person. We call it leveling the playing field. So we are looking at ways in which we can invest our time, invest product development into enhancing that experience and making it just better all round for them. But at the same time, not forgetting our able-bodied clients as well. And the great news is, you know, a recumbent tricycle is adaptive by design rather than intention.
Right, as a platform, it's the perfect start.
Yeah, stable and safe, and you know, where you're a rider of a recumbent tricycle, I mean, they are so much fun to ride.
Drew, you mentioned strokes, and I don't think we can continue this conversation without mentioning, I guess, a new collaboration with a gentleman that is a friend of both of ours here in the States, Dan Zimmerman, who is with Spokes Fighting Strokes. Yeah, so tell me a little bit about that.
Well, Dan is, honestly, he's. I feel very, very humble in Dan's presence. He had a huge stroke. It changed his life, and he has pedaled his way not out of the situation, but it's just amazing. And we had the opportunity to sponsor him with 2 of our trikes, which is great because within his fleet, he's running Terra Trikes, he's running Cat Trike, he's running Haza, he's running ICE Trikes. And it's amazing that all these manufacturers that are in competition are able to put that element aside, collaborate on a package to provide Dan with enough products so he can maintain the deliverance of the message that cycling helps rehabilitation. And obviously he doesn't just deal with stroke survivors on his tours and his clinics, he's dealing with varying different sorts of handicaps and disabilities with the intention of opening people's eyes really to what is achievable. And honestly, he's an amazing guy, and it's a real pleasure to be able to work with him on that as well.
I couldn't agree more. All right, let's circle back now to the 25 years. You are doing a little something special with a trike, commemorating that, and it's in front of us here. Tell us what you got.
So we needed to mark the occasion. 25 is a milestone for any business, you know, and especially one, you know, ICE Trikes. So Adrian Davis, who's our new managing director, commissioned the design department to come up with something a little bit different, a little bit special, and a colourway that we could run for the duration of our 25th year. So you can see it in front of us. The stripes represent the colours of the trikes that we currently build. The white is the sort of clean and pure and thinking of us, and this particular colorway is available on everything except the VTX.
Okay, sounds good. Drew, then finally I want to make sure to thank you and ICE Trikes and all the employees who are now owners for continuing your support and sponsorship of Laidback Bike Report here at CycleCon, and of course for the many years of support you've given us. It's been a pleasure for me to meet all you guys and visit the factory, and I consider you all very close friends. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure, Gary, and thank you to you and your team for everything that you do, and your viewers, of course, for taking the time to watch the videos. It's amazing. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, pal. Okay.